without a loss. Next across this spectacular soy sauce. Third in line, victory for Hell High. Then time for lost in the sauce. Will you win or fall to defeat? Question, does blood start come back? Repeat, we'll see. We'll see, but start repeat or complete. New winner of RBG.
It's the really big tournament. Let the battle rage. We're the survivors. Left for dead. Fight to the end. Be wise. Yeah.
Let's go. Some pitch perfect action.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world, and thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK, I'll be your caster and cameraman once again, and I'm going to be rolling with my co-caster 9 now. Here we are again, and oh my goodness, J-Dot has just gifted 20 subs to the channel.
Let's
Wow.
go, J-Dot.
He called for the duet. Who are we to deny what they ask for?
I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. We covered pretty much the whole octave range there. It was really a sight to behold. I don't know. If we don't have a feature in casting, we might want to look into singing. But anyways, we just finished off UN versus Osu, and by finished off, I mean that match got rescheduled here with question mark versus Bocchi the L4d2.
Yes, unfortunately, we had some server crashes. Luckily, J-Dot communicated with the with me, letting us know that we are probably going to have the issue solved in the future. But either way, it is dealt with. J-Dot is an amazing admin for servers. Let me tell you, the things that he has done to help is like night and day over the time that we've started doing this now. He has catered to our casting abilities, and I am very grateful for you, J-Dot, and everything that you have done so far for us. And even the 20 gifted subs is something you do not have to do, but thank you for doing so, my friend, and we greatly appreciate you for everything that you do.
Seriously, J-Dot says thank you to us in the chat. What are you doing thanking us? Thank you, J-Dot. The money man, the server man, what does he not do?
If you're into Left 4 Dead 2 and you want a pug, you got a bunch of friends, I suggest you check out IOAsia, the Steam group. He has a bunch of servers for you to use in the US and other parts of the world as well, so you have a lot of opportunities. And if you like people that do stuff like that for you, I suggest join the group. He has donations that are available to be taken. It's people like this that gives us servers to play the game that we love on. Sir Please was the staple for many years. Right now we have Center and we also have J-Dot in the meantime. But thank you, Sir, also for all the years you've given us as well. No shade thrown that way, but thank you so much, J-Dot, and I'm grateful, my friend. But we're about to have 4 more chapters of Left 4 Dead 2 here and all, and it is going to be Bocchi against question mark, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, we're here once again at Detour Head, which is honestly kind of crazy, MK. I mean, if you think about it, like the way map bans are done, it's a 50-50 between the last 2 maps, but we've seen a lot of Detour Ahead. Great map, and we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, I would say that some of these chapters are survivor-sided, for sure, and all we can agree that especially the first map is pretty survivor-sided with the underpass here and the house, and the one-way drop on the fence is really everything the infected have besides the end of the map, which is a cliff that overhangs the side of that mountain, since we couldn't get that right before, but now we know what it is. It's called a cliff.
It's called a cliff. Interesting. Gonna have to go into my dictionary a little bit. I was kind of partial to mountain thingy. That was a cool phrase. But the cliff, and yeah, we've also got the tank at 68%. So gonna have a couple cars to play with as well. But that's about it.
Yep, and looks like we're gonna have also that tank is at 6. That's interesting, You see that 63? That means no one's going back to the safe room. They're gonna fight this forward. And some of the past strategies before some of the updates that we got into zone mod here now, you might not be 100% remember this scenario, but this tank was actually in big danger of going AI before a recent patch that Sir Please has given us, where if you run your tank back, you get a couple seconds of free rage to avoid that AIing. So that strategy is thrown out the window, so now teams have no choice but to fight that thing head on.
Right, right. And even still, we have seen teams try to just run it into the safe room once that tank starts engaging. We'll see if that comes out here today. It's always interesting to see because it's such a gamble. You can lose it all or you can come up big. Of course, usually opting for that once a survivor is down already or being killed off, but we are straight into our match. No time for hypotheses, just action. The underpass hit, Jockey Hunter, Spitter, and a Charger. They've got a couple spawned in, ready to go. Rochelle walks it all the way through. Charge is over. Gonna find two in this. Actually, Spit goes a bit far. Get the death spit onto Rochelle, and it's still gonna be a nice chunk of damage out of Bocchi to start it off.
Yeah, you're right, no, that is a chunk. That is about a 9%er, and we have pretty much even pings across the board. Everybody will be about 140 to 160, so it's pretty even across the board. Nobody real low, nobody real high, and we should see a pretty aggressive take by both sides, I would say. This is the playoffs, and the loser will go home now, so they are fighting for their tournament life right now.
Yeah, and a very important point. Their lives are on the line here. Smoke comes in, the boom blows up, and not the best follow-up hit out of Bocchi.
No, but I don't know how that Hunter got shut out of the sky like that with the boomer going in. There was a beautiful shutdown. They say not in our house as that comment slides up the freaking cliff there looking like a Hunter. But right now, that's a hit in the books. 2 hits down now, 5% per hit. One more before tank, I think, will be all they get. And I think they do it on the transition on the inside of the house. It all depends on which way question mark wants to take it, through the bottom or through the window.
Yeah, and like you said, SI is going to have plenty of time to set up. We'll see what they go for. Rochelle already nosing around down there on the lower level.
Reloading.
Oh, it looks like he does. I thought that was a pitchfork. He has a cricket back now. It looks like NF is going to play front shotgun for his team, and it's going to be 3 Uzis, 1 shotgun from question mark coming out. See what NF can do on this mid ping with a Hunter and Charger coming after him. He does get pounced. The Charger lands too. The spit goes out the window. He hits a home run bullseye and misses all of the survivors. I don't know if he could do that again if he wanted to, no.
Yeah, that was crazy. I also like that setup by Rochelle, getting up super high to avoid the spit. That spit totally could have come in on the charge hit, though, but going straight through that window, and we got Mooey first tank.
You know, I've casted many games and all, but I don't know if I've seen a spit go through the window, and the window's pretty large, too. And I think it was one of the funniest things I've seen in a match yet, and the first time I've ever remember calling it out. But right now it's going to be Mooey getting his car into play for Bocchi. He has a Hunter and Smoker as his support, waiting a few more seconds from the last one. I think it was a boomer sack now, so it should be a jockey for Liu when he comes up.
All right.
If it's a Charger, I'm wrong.
We'll see if he sends in that Charger, but Mooey already goes second pass. Looks like they're going to have to send it. Car gets a little bit closer.
Take Bocchi's tank. It's all you, dog.
All right. Mooey is just going to be pushing in, gets the car set up on the fence line. Of course, we got the police car on the back. Lion hops through, and Mooey, 3,000 health left, still can't find it. Goes for the car with the smoker. Nice setup. One is down. Zaniak's going to try to kill him off here. 1,000 health left for Mooey. We'll see if he can do it. Needs one more. Should be good. Down goes Zaniak's, and now we see once again, this is what I thought may happen, and they are going to be sending it. But with the cliff hit, going to have a Hunter, Smoker, and a Charger, so could definitely lock down question mark here. 481 bonus left on the board. We'll see how much they survive with.
Yeah, this tank is pretty much just a waste. Actually, I wouldn't have been surprised if Mooey would jump off, but he doesn't want to give him the points yet with the chance that they could try cap him here. This is going to be big. They get the smoker pull forward. Oh, he misses the death charge. They went for the death instead. What a ballsy play from Bocchi, and that's going to reward question mark with the safe room made with 3 survivors, and they still get 459 bonus now. This is big for question mark on a bounce back play.
Yeah, that was nasty. Question mark taking a gamble. Bocchi following it up with an even bigger gamble. And definitely goes question mark's favor. They salvage the round, locking in 890. We'll see what they can do on their SI side, but a great start.
Incredible pull forward setup for the tank. The Charger just not able to find it.
Oh, yeah.
It was as textbook as it can get, except for the Charger not landing. That was the only thing that didn't happen. We'll see if that's going to come into play now, because that is about a 380-point shift that they would have lost if that guy got insta-killed.
Right.
But they make it with 3. Not bad by Bocchi, but the question is, what was the better play? Question mark making it with 3 with bonus, then losing a guy? Or Bocchi getting the kill? Which one is a better play is the question.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll have to wait and see. Maybe question mark can make something happen. Maybe Bocchi will survive. But one thing is for sure, a hit is queued up, ready to go at the underpass. Yeah, jumping way up high. The Charger and the Hunter both connecting. Charge into the spit. Jockey trying to carry into the spit as well. And once again, question mark is going to one-up Bocchi. Bocchi on their SI side got him down to about 91%. Question mark going to bring them all the way down to 86% on their SI side.
Yeah, so far these mid pings are causing a lot of damage from both sides, it would seem, at least from the opening attacks. There's a lot of commons in here right now, and it looks like question mark is not going to send it because they weren't quite ready yet. That might have been detrimental for them, especially having that spitter up above and a Charger rocket in, but it's not going to happen. They're going to have to hit on this choke point over the fence. SI are gathering above them here, and it looks like they're going to hit on the transition, and I don't blame them. Not. I think it's the right play.
Yeah, this choke point can be pretty deadly. That's why I was kind of surprised to not see Bocchi save for it. Yeah goes ahead and hops through. Pretty big survivor separation here. They all take a line. One is set up behind the tree. Yeah is set up all the way forward. He's going to continue pressing forward here. We got the smoker ready for the wraparound, but yeah continue. Okay, smoker does spawn in. Charger drops down, finds it, collapse. Smoker falls up, pulls him out of the spit. And is going to get cleared out, but still, over 10%, make it 15%. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, right now Bocchi's got to try to clean this up here. No, they're not going to be in a good way after this chapter is over. They got their bonus already knocked down to 70%. The only thing that's going for them is they still have all their survivors, 3 sets of pills, and another one coming up. And if you're saying that's the good part, it ain't a good start.
Right. And again, we have the spawns already after that choke point. Gonna have that halfway house, and we'll see what Bocchi opts for with their strategy.
All right, so, here. I think. I don't know. What do you think? Now, I think window or stairs.
Hey, we got an interesting one above, one below setup. I like just going through here. Not going to have to deal with the stairwell. Charge comes out, connecting into that charge spit. Not going to be going through the window. And everything does get cleared up. This has been the weakest of question mark's hits. But it's still going to lock in a few percentage, about 3%.
Yep, and now tank will be up. That's all they're going to get. But, man, that is huge. No, that is 34% of the bonus gone before tank commit already.
Right.
The DB is still protected, though. But 8712 is a danger. And actually, why don't we do a roster rundown? I'll take question mark with the tank being Lion, first tank for his game. And he has a Xenix, Snipe, and NF. And why don't you take away Osu for us now?
Well, for Bocchi, we've got...
Oops.
They're not...
My mistake.
Well, yeah, no worries. We got 8712, Liu, and Mui. And I believe... Well, I know this much. 8712 is a new addition to the roster, taking the place of a Piffy Flower for the playoffs. I believe this is 8712's first showing in the playoffs, so we'll see how he fares. He's been thrown straight into the fire against question mark.
Yeah, he's bringing his car in. Lion has his toy. He's taking a couple of points worth of chip, not much, still respectable, 5,800. All right, now he's down below. This is going to be his commit. He is down to 5,000 now. He leaves the car. What a long arm coming out. He eats him across. The hunter finds a target. The car does not reach him. Oh, he gets the hit. He's going to get the grind out. Now they should run away too, and they're not going to run. They stay there. And they're going to have to finish off this tank. Oh, he misses. No, that is huge. He's not going to get another in cap, and this might be all he gets, as he's probably not going to get any more, as he chases Rochelle around the Rosie. And now the tank is in a scenario where he's probably just wants to die at this point now.
That has got to be such a tilting moment for Lion. He had the perfect smoker car set up, but stands on top of the car with the hit. It doesn't hit it. Got a beautiful corner in cap onto 8712 and is able to finish it off with the car on the grind pretty damn easily. But Bocchi will survive 308 bonus in the pocket.
I'm very interested to see Lion still holding on to this tank. I think they have confidence that they're going to land this tri-cap and not let him get any more points. Nope, he does kill himself off. And I don't think he's going to have his spawn in time. I think they have to go with 3. They have no choice.
Okay, the cliff overhang. Hunter starting it up. Jockey as well, going for the damage. Charger connects as well as Hunter. Goes with the wall. 1, 2. Jockey on the head, carrying Yeah away. Oh, man. Oh, no. My God, into the hang. And Bocchi. Uh-oh. We still got the spitter for Lion. We still got that Jockey left alive for Snipe, albeit on 57 HP, and I don't know, I think they're going to get another hit. I do know, actually, they've got the hit ready to go, MK.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's beneficial for them, it's going to be a poo too, so we're not going to see a wipe unless there's a massive misplay from the survivors here. They're going to walk in with about a 100-point bonus. They're going to proxy the boomer on themselves. Yeah, doesn't really mind it. And right now, Rochelle is chasing the smoker down, not able to get the kill. And they're being patient here, and if they wait a long time, they're going to give the SI 3 cappers. Here it goes. Smoker pull misses. Jockey gets a scratch onto Rochelle. That'll be it. And they walk in with 121 bonus, I think it's going to be, as it rounds down into 1/3.
Okay, so as we've been saying, Chapter 1, not the most points up for grabs, but still going to be over 300-point advantage for question mark. And with how close these matches have been, that could even be the decider. We'll have to wait and see. Got a whole lot of action left to play out.
That could be the case, but you know, we always talk about some of these custom maps that are playing on, especially when Detour had, what's the other one? Carried Off is one of them. Suicide Blitz. Once you play the first map and you get into the next one, they start being worth a lot of points in these chapters. So there's a lot of possibilities for comeback. So right now, I would say question mark has a pretty comfortable lead right now. But due to what these chapters are worth, that could just be swapped to the other side in an instant, depending on good tank play by one of the infected teams coming up. And especially with a tank at 46% and all, they're going to have to retreat with cars flying in the air when they're running back to the safe room.
Yeah, 46% tank. They are going to have to bring it back to the gas station, of course. Gonna, like you said, and with it being this percentage, we may see the SI save and try to disrupt for the run back. But that is all looking at the future. Still waiting for one more ready up out of Snipe. We are going to have the spit here, followed up with a Jockey Hunter Boomer right out of the safe room. And we've seen how much havoc this spit can wreak early on. We'll see how question mark handles it.
And here we go live. It is going to be Bocchi on the infected side, down a couple hundred points. Not that much, though. Remember, this chapter is worth a bit. It is worth 600 distance to be exact, and we'll have 700, 700 for the last two. And we have a pre-spawned hunter up down the end of the hall for them, wanting to get that boomer in between. I don't know if Rochelle's going to give it up. Now the jockey's location is given away, and now they are surrounded. Try to wall bang that jockey, and they get him down to 43 HP. Boomer comes in. No stumble. Great discipline on not shooting that boomer. And that is going to be a clean take coming out from Ewan, except for a little bit of friendly fire, I think, and a scratch from one of the SI.
That was honestly just really refreshing to see. So often those hits can go sideways, but Question Mark finds a perfect line. They bait everything out. Beautiful wallbang damage as well. And one hit down in the books. They've got a couple left to manage. Hit's going to be coming out at the house. 3-cap with Spit. In comes the Spit onto the down target as Rochelle stands back up. Going to take a bit more Spit, but after 2 hits, they haven't even brought him down 5%. Question Mark going to be running it down here, bringing in the tank, and they don't have to worry about any SIs in the run back.
Nope, it'll be clean for a while. He's going to get to his hatchback, but just like you said, there's no SI, so they will get back unimpeded. And the good thing about this tank spawn for the survivors now, which I wasn't 100% sure, is they didn't have to go on the other side of the big rig to spawn it, which lets them run back pretty much for free.
Yes.
Especially with those timers at 2 or 3 seconds. We'll see if it comes into play when Bocchi has to play their survivor side, but a 1 boom goes out, and he's going to get the hittables over into play, but we know when this tank commits, usually they are not used at all. It's just to keep them inside, huddled together in that gas station. And trying to see if these commons are going to be a factor and all, but I think they're going to be cleaned up before he's able to commit.
Yeah, and we have seen some survivors try to take this outside if they get ousted from that inside of the gas station, but typically leading to death and destruction for the survivors if they try to leave this gas station. Liu going to be approaching here. Team captain for Bocchi, I believe it might be Mui, so I'm not going to get too far into that. But he's going to have a jockey charger hunter to set him up. Ideal SI setup. He drops down, breaks down the door, and he is in. Going to be hunting down Nick. Takes him down to the back side. Finds the corner onto Rochelle. Misses a punch. And Liu is DED dead. Except he's not. 200 health left. Rochelle down. Charge getting some damage. They still haven't cleared off his last 200 HP. Whoa. I mean, lasering down the tank so quickly down to 200. But they have to turn to deal with the SIs. And that tank does manage to lock in onto Rochelle. Nice turnaround for Bocchi.
Yeah, good job. That rock right at the end actually turned out to be huge for Bocchi, because not only did it land to get the extra damage, it forced Lion to have to commit his pills. So they get the extra 24 damage plus the 30 points for the pills. So a good tank, I would say, considering the circumstances, as they're going to send in the Smoker, Hunter, Boomer, Spitter. The Hunter gets shut down. The Smoker gets nothing. Boomer, Spitter goes for a sack. We're going to have a quad try. Now it's all going to depend with where they're at in the map now. I think they hold on to this quad until the event has started, and then they try to set it in. Just my opinion is what I would do here, because I don't think they're going to have good spawns beforehand.
Right, I think you might be right, as Question Mark is gunning it through here, not leaving Bocchi too much room to set up. They do have, you know, some buses, etc., that they can try to go around. But if they do that at this point, Question Mark will be able to gun it through the event. And so Bocchi does take it back a bit, slow it down, and start up this investment here. Quad on the event. We'll see how it plays out.
Yep, they do actually find an additional set of pills, so it's plus 30 points there. That'll put them over 900 again. They still have 68.2 at the moment. They'll have minimum of 2 hits to take. Probably 3 is going to be what we'll see, possibly 4 if they want to turn the button off and wait for a minute. So it's all going to be patience from the quad when they choose to send it. I don't know how I feel about the Smoker location, just because that tree and the sign there could be, Coach could use it to block. But right. I don't know now. Let's see what they could do when they send it. Since it is Bocchi's quad, why don't you take Bocchi's hit away when they choose to send in their spawns?
Gladly. For the moment, we have Question Mark slowing down the tempo, but this is, you know, an infinite event, so they're going to have to send it through eventually. They start to wrap around. Hunter starts off. Jockey gets stumbled away, taking the same target. Smoker is going away, but he does get cleared up relatively quickly, and a beautiful chip level by Zenix to finish off the engagement.
Yeah, misplay by the Charger. Now, he wasn't able to get a spawn. And due to that, he dies out of order. That was the Charger and Smoker dying off at the end. They're going to have a 2-2. And I wouldn't be surprised here if we see something unorthodox from Question Mark. And they just Okay, now they're going to go turn the button off. Never mind. I take it back now.
Yeah.
I thought they might have rushed maybe because
yes.
they had, but there's no way now. They definitely wait.
Yeah, I like the idea, especially since they got around that army tent without any of the SIs trying to commit, but they do slow it back down. They've got 746 bonus left, which is over 50% of the bonus bank, but they are going to be eyeing down a Hunter, Charger, Jockey, and a Spitter as they walk towards the final choke point. And final choke point, this will be lots of potential for mayhem.
I don't know if you noticed what just happened there, but the infected didn't bite on it. They intentionally separated their survivors to see if they would make a play. And the Charger was paying attention to it. None of the other infected were. I don't know if that's a play or not, but sometimes that would be a great bait. But it'll all be now just what if or what could have been what we noticed. And now it's going to be a Hunter, Charger, Jockey, Spitter, the best spawns you can get for this area for a hit. Are they going to bait it on the way in? And they back up. They drop down into the charge spit. It is a rolling tri-cap coming out here. Death spit on the Hunter too. Wow, no. What an ending hit from Bocchi. Beautifully done in my opinion.
And I absolutely think that was the idea from Question Mark, trying to entice Bocchi into attacking somewhere other than that choke, because you can see just how much devastation that choke point leads to. They get knocked down about, it's actually not the end of the world, but it's still going to be about 15%, brings them down to 521 bonus, brings that scoreline a little bit more under control for Bocchi. Question Mark not going to be able to completely run away with that chapter.
No, that is correct, but they do have to execute now. They have to execute their survivor side. They can't afford to get a wipe, and oh my gosh, somebody's knocking at my door.
Uh-oh. All right, in the meantime, one thing that I want to bring up is how important that support SI is here with the tank. Inside this gas station. That's part of the reason, I'm sure, why we saw Question Mark turn their attention away from that super low health tank to clear out the SIs. But regardless, Bocchi is going to be gingerly walking out of the safe room doors. They've got the spit, as well as a Hunter Jockey and a boom, of course, if we even want to mention it.
All right, we're good. We're good. Sorry about that. But finish the hit off. Keep taking it.
Okay, tries to ricochet through, spit inside the safe room. No spread when it's in that safe room. It's still going to be at 100%. Jockey runs through, takes some chip for his trouble. Hunter at 128, Jockey at 162. Bocchi's going to be allowed inside of the gas station. It looks like Question Mark is setting up for a hit outside. He lands on the head of yeah. Bocchi needs to wake up here. The spit coming out too, and they do manage to catch him out, bring him down 4%.
Yeah, good job by them capitalizing with what was given to them. They'll get a couple more damage than you and, than Question Mark took.
Yes.
If I see right, I think Bocchi took the worst end of that. Not by much, though, but they do take a little bit of damage. I think it was just one scratch from the other side and some friendly fire, but they're out in the open, and they're just going to stop here and clear out all these commons before they push forward, which I do think is the right call with a quad coming. And they're coming quickly here, Null. Smoker misses. The Charger, I think, successfully hit the front bumper on that Bronco, or that Ford F-150. I don't even know what kind of truck that is, but let me see. Let's try to debate what this is. And I don't even know what that is. No, that looks like it's 1970s something, doesn't it?
A Model T.
Yeah, right. It's something ancient.
And in the meantime, that hit was immaculate out of Question Mark. Of course, they fell short of locking in the quad, but the Jockey separation, and then the smoke took advantage of the Hunter stand-up to pull the other survivor all the way through. Knocks Bocchi down to 85%. Not bad at all, finding about 10%. The hit is in even. Hunter Boomer and a Charger. Hunter knocks him down.
That's the second Charger that hit nothing. Did you see it?
Yeah, getting wrapped around, but the tank is, anyways, he's struggling with this car, so wouldn't have been able to lock in the car in cap anyways, but regardless, Bocchi is going to be allowed to walk back into that gas station.
Yeah, it looks like he really wants this hatchback to be in play, just to kind of funnel the survivors inside that gas station, make sure they don't come out. They're going to sack the Boomer, sack the Spitter. Whoa, okay. I don't know if you just watched the van explode off
Yeah.
you see, just like
Yes.
it just like got yeeted up the hill there. Okay, he's got both of them in now. No, they're gonna retreat inside, and this will be NF's commit. I think he could just climb over the ladder and use those things to guard him, but he's not going to. He's gonna take the scenic route, probably take the right side of the bush to get on top of the roof. Do they go for chip? They'll get about 100 off of him. He's down to 58.45. And he's going to make his transition. He's going up to the rooftop, on top of the box trucks, on top of the awning. And here is NF's commit. He has his tri-cap, everything he wants, and he's in the door, pushing the survivors. One goes down the back. The Charger didn't make a play on it, unfortunately. Tank's still very healthy, though. He's down to 3,300 HP. Gets his first punch at 2,400, second punch at 1,800, third punch at 1,600, in cap at 1,500. Double charge! He gets the clear. He takes the rock onto Coach, leaves yeah. He gets another turn punch. There's so much damage going out. Bocchi will survive, but what a amount of damage coming out from question mark. I think that was a win for them for sure now. Let's look at that bonus. 543 left with all of the map to navigate.
They will survive, but falling a little bit short of thrive. 543 bonus left. They're going to have another hit straight up ahead. Hunter, Smoker, Spitter, Boom. What a crazy tank. That collat charge facilitating so much extra damage as well. But the hit is in. Smoker gets the initial pull. Skeet on the Hunter. Spit onto Nada, and the double boom will finish off the engagement.
Yep, they will be able to push forward. Two boom does land. I think it's going to be a quad try here now. I believe that's what they sacked. They're going to do the same thing that Bocchi did and hold this quad until they go into the event. I would think. I'm pretty sure I saw the sack correctly. Yeah, okay, there it is. And I'll tell you one thing that we're not going to see during this quad attempt now, and that is the airfield. We're not going to see that.
Shout out to the airfield. You did amazing work, but fortunately just gonna have a normal looking event.
Now, one thing that we saw the other side here, the Charger didn't get to spawn and go in with Bocchi's side. I don't think we're going to see that here. But right now that it's being blocked by the survivor on the inside, the Charger has to frantically try to relocate. Hunter's getting chipped down. Oh, they know he's there. Okay, they're going to send it in. The Charger's going to get melted. Smoker lands. And that's the only thing that's going to land out of the quad is the Smoker there. What an amazing take. No, that was beautifully done.
Yeah, and that was exactly what Bocchi needed. They are going to lose this chapter, but unless they take absolutely no damage, but extremely well taken quad during the event. So much potential for that hit to go sideways. Bocchi slows it down around the army tent, but they're going to send it in all the same. Boom, connect down to one. Ricochet with the Hunter, connecting into the Hunt. Spit. Charger as well, straight into the spit, the perfect angle, even gets a smackdown. Yeah, stands back up. Oh, MK, the damage is pouring out now.
Yeah, that is 3 survivors who have exhausted all of their permanent HP. And you know what happens when that happens. The DB is open on 3 people, and it has gone down fast. It is already down to 64%. They might get a pull onto Ellis here. Nope. It might have been a purpose separation to see if they could bait the hit out. And they're not going to have the best hit for the choke point coming up, but they don't have the worst. They might want that Charger. I think Bocchi will survive, but the question is how much are they going to lose on this final choke now?
I think if the Hunter can land and the Jockey can carry into the spit as well, we're going to see a ton of this 64% DP ripped out of the hands of Bocchi. We'll have to wait and see. Going to have Jockey, Hunter, Smoker with the spit.
This here is some serious bullshit.
Baiting it out. Smoke spawns in from behind. They immediately turn their attention and start hunting down the Smoker. And the Smoker's dead. Bocchi could be scraping by here, but the crux of the damage still alive. Jockey hops on the head. He gets bullied down. Just going to have a Hunt spit.
Wow. I'm not going to lie, the Jockey was beautiful, but what a job on shutting it down. They'll get an end cap, which is going to take
Yeah.
another 5% off the DB when they get the pickup. They can try to delay this with the Boomer and Spitter. The Boomer tries, doesn't get it. Spitter can't even drop into scratch delay now. And they are going to make it in there. The Charger lands, and they get another charge spit. No, it'll be a 2-inch cap.
Dude, what is that? What
That-
even is that?
That is another 10% of DB gone.
Oh my god, I mean, Bocchi, they're looking so good. Why does this happen? Oh my god, Jockey on the head adding insult to injury. They only find 226 bonus. They walked in to that choke point with 64% of the DB. It gets knocked down to 18% by the time they can shut the door.
Yeah, so as of this moment, if momentum continues amiss, we will be having Hikori playing question mark next week if this keeps happening, Nall. I don't know if it's going to or not.
Yeah, I mean, we it's not uncommon to see a tug of war situation on Detour ahead, but question mark is threatening to tug them straight into the mud right away. We got a massive point difference. Let's not say massive. We are about 600 point advantage though, which is definitely sizable. 47% tank. How are we feeling, MK?
Well, I'm telling you, if I'm either side right now, I would feel better if I am team question mark, in my opinion. Or actually, I don't even know, because this tank spawn is so rough to deal with now. I mean, they got to go inside the building to spawn this tank, and then retreat back when the tank can just jump through the alley. So this is a really scuffed tank spawn. It's going to be extremely difficult for the survivors to get back unscathed. And we might just see the survivors fight this tank at the top of the stairs. And I mean, it's not a great place to fight the tank, but it's better than running back into a hittable. And you're guaranteeing the tank being able to get his own corner with minimal chip, probably before everybody gets a chance to reload. So you're getting him down to probably 3,600 when he gets his first punch at minimum. And that is a not good way for survivors. And on top of that, they have an event to take. Plus this choke point right out of the safe room and the death charge possibility on the rooftop. This is just amazing damage opportunity from the infected, and this is what Bocchi needs if they want to mount any type of a comeback down about 700 after 2 maps.
Yeah, and adding to that, question mark definitely going to be the favorites headed into this match. So Bocchi's got a lot of work left to do. We'll see how this SI hit plays out for them. They've got everything that they could want: Hunter, Jockey, Charger, and the Spitter here. Maybe could want to smoke. But regardless, they're going to have a decent enough setup, let's say that much. Rochelle going to go ahead and clear out the commons down below. Got 2 more left to deal with. Set up here on the fire escape. And Bocchi looking a little bit conservative. Letting question mark through a little bit here.
Yeah, look at that. Rochelle's all the way down there already. Rochelle can't even be spit on anymore by this point. But here's the transition out. Bocchi allows it to happen. Then they send everything. The charge spit will land. So, I mean, it's pretty successful hit as far as the damage output. I mean, it's still minimal of only 5%. But what do you think, Nall, of letting them come out the fire escape and not sending anything until they're on the ground?
Yeah, I don't necessarily like it. It's what we've seen the top tier teams more likely to do. But with the matches that I've casted, for example, through RBT7, so much mayhem can unfold inside that safe room. Jockey carrying through, Charger, Collat, all sorts of stuff. So we'll just have to wait and see what question mark opts for. 5%, it's not bad, but they could find so much more potentially. Speaking of finding so much more, the hit is in. Jockey on the head, not finally going to get cleared. Smoker follows up, not able to find too much, and it is going to be a modest hit.
Yep, they're going to get the boomer popped. They'll be able to navigate the map. I think they'll probably slow it down a little bit to take an attack or two, but it doesn't look like that at the moment. Wait, Lion decides to stop his team, and they're going to clear out the commons now. And I think this is the right play. Last thing you want to do now is push up to this choke point with a bunch of commons chasing you with a charge spin coming in.
Oh, yeah.
And the infected can't even hit here. There's nothing they can do.
Right. I mean, this is wide out in the open. This would be a death sentence to try to find something. They are just going to back it up pretty far. You're going to give question mark the reign of the town for the moment, and they are going to take advantage of that by just patiently clearing out the commons. Question mark absolutely on the upper ground here, and they've got time to kill.
Yep, they are navigating the stairs. They are up. Look at this tank. Actually, this tank spawn might not be the worst. It's not as bad as I thought it was. I think this is actually
exactly.
gonna be. I think they might be able to run back pretty respectively, but the SI will be able to stop it and clog up that. Oh my goodness! If this hunter can land back there, that hunter landing is big. The spit blocks are all swimming in the spit. No! Oh, what an attack coming out there by Bocchi.
Well done by Bocchi, getting the Kalat spit spread as well as the Hunter on the back line. Jockey Charger both connecting as well, getting them about a quarter of their bonus out of the way before the tank comes in. 3% left for Yeah before he starts lumbering his way through. They're not going to pop the alarm car. They are just going to keep it running. Got a Charger Smoker Boom. Not going to have the spit delay that could potentially come out here. But regardless, Yeah-Yeah's got a long way to go. Charger heads through, drops down, tries to get a charge back towards the tank. Smoke dies off as well. Things are going to settle down here for a moment as Yeah hits his car. Got another hittable to work with too. One boom comes out.
I have no idea where that hittable went. Okay, it's out of play. It looks like there's a lot of invisible. Yeah, he couldn't hit that over the roof. I don't know. I don't think he'd be able to get that over, but
yeah,
it looks like he's gonna transition through the house. Interesting commit path here. I think he just wants to keep a view at far away. And I don't think that's gonna work. Oh nope, he is keeping range here now, but I don't think there's anything you could do by playing long here. I think you just kill the Charger, get your smoker, and send it in. It looks like I don't know what I'm talking about. They're keeping that Charger. This is interesting now. They have no smoker to help with this. What do you think?
Right, yeah, smoker is so essential at locking in the tank hittables, but regardless, the hittables are in. I like it. Question mark sends it all the way back into the warehouse. Not going to be dealing with this car, and they are going to be able to get some different levels of verticality, which can play with the tank unless he's got good movement. Yeah climbs all the way up, says I'm not going to deal with jumping up, I'm just going to jump down, and he is here for the commit. Half his health gone, wrapping it around, finds Coach in the corner. Hunter, in the meantime, on the back line, finds Rochelle, quick clear, down goes Lion, all the SIs have been mopped up, just a few hundred health left on Yeah, still managing to get some smacks though, a very respectable amount of damage.
Yeah, some beautifully timed punches on the top of that, those shelving units there, spreading the love very respectively. I think that is a great tank coming out from Bocchi. But the question is, in the end result, will it be enough? Because they're down a couple hundred points here and all. This distance made by question mark is huge alone, barring if they're able to walk in with a bonus on top of it.
Right. Of course, it's not completely done for Bocchi. We've got, of course, Stairwell hit. Not going to have the charge for that. Going to send in the Hunter, which will connect into the spit. Smoker going to try to get some shenanigans as well. Not quite, but look at the path Rochelle has to take. Whoa!
What spread, Nog? I mean, can you get any more of a hero spread for the infected? I mean, it spread, it chased him all the way back out the door. What the heck? Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that kind of spread before.
I mean, it filled the whole room, basically. He had nowhere to go. And speaking of that, we've got the sewers, which is a very narrow, tight area. Lots of spitter mayhem potential. 581 bonus in the hands of question mark. It looks like Bocchi is not even gonna, we see this hit be quite effective outside while they try to get into the sewers, but Bocchi doesn't want any of it.
No, you're right. They have all their infected down below somewhere. They have no desire to hit up here. They're going to allow them to transition down. I mean, they might see the bigger play than us. They have 581 bonus left. And I mean, if they're able to, if they walk in with even 50 points, I think it's going to be very difficult for Bocchi to mount a comeback due to what this finale is, or what map 4 is like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's right. This is 5 chapters. We could see finale. I didn't even think of that and all. This home and away game threw me off of my senses.
And this finale leaves a little bit to be desired, but it could definitely come out. We do see question mark navigating through those sewers. Gonna have to drop down here. It looks like this is where Bocchi wants to strike.
Yeah, actually, I can't disagree with this attack here, nah. The only thing that I don't like is they don't have a smoker to keep anything down here. They can run just back up the ladder if nothing lands.
Right.
Oh, they're going to get a lot of damage here. Pound spit, stumble with the charge. Keep him in that spit. Oh, the digs are going out, and that is an end cap. And nom up that DB.
That was a very interesting take by the survivors of question mark. They don't drop in to help out NF basically at all, and I think part of the reason why is there's so much damage for potential for collat damage when they drop down there. Lots of potential for extra spitter damage, so they just sacrifice NF basically, and they get them back up, continuing to press through. 429 bonus left, but they've got a little bit of sewers left to go through. Jockey, Hunter, Smoker, Boom on the hit. Hunter's going to send it in, finds an F. Boom comes out as well, finally going to get the clear. Survivor, Common Infected wrapping around him. Instant clear on the Jockey. They continue to press forward.
Yep, Charger, Smoker, Hunter, and the Spitter incoming right after that. I don't know if they're going to go for the top of the hole. They do find an extra set of pills. They're going to be slow. Nobody's black and white. Two in-cap survivors have been down once. The other two have not. They have exhausted all of their permanent HP on the one survivor. Then Xenix is the only one who has permanent HP right now for his team, and he is the full 14% health bonus. The DB is all on the other three right now. Of course, Xenix can join that crew if he loses all of his bonus, but Survivor is up top taking this choke point and all. Tricap would spit. What do you think?
I think this is going to be a bloodbath unless a question mark has perfect execution. They started off by sending NF up first once again, but it looks like Nick is now hanging out. Nick is the only one with permanent health on the squad. Hunter spawns in down below, finds Coach with the spit. Smoker trying to come out. And the Charger hopping through, gets cleaned up. Question mark survives. The damage coming out somewhat. 313 bonus life. This could be another 1,000 pointer out of question mark.
Yeah, I mean, they only have one more spawns to take, and it looks like they're going to keep that 1,000-point threshold like you were talking about. Maybe. I mean, they only have 13 points to spare. They do have two survivors at 1 HP. They're going to kill the Boomer. And I think at this point, Osu's just going to try to sack for better spawn for the last hit. And, man, they are playing so risky not popping those set of pills on Lion or Snipe or down to either one of them. It's such a risky game right now, I'm telling you. Not only that and all, they lose 10% of their bonus with either one of them with both of them getting in cap too. They'll lose 10% DB from that too.
Exactly. We see question mark shooting for the stars. They send in NF first. Nick hops in as well. Those two players being the only ones with any HP to spare. NF continues to clear out. Smoker is set up behind.
They popped the pills. Interesting. They did pop them.
Yeah.
I think that's the right call now.
Okay. And they walk it in. One is in. The hit is out. Hunter gets skeeted. Smoker dealt with quite handedly. NF finds a safety corner. And they do drop below 300, but not by a whole lot. Just going to have the pill pop and maybe a tick here and there. I don't even think they found that. They lock it in. Just shy of 1,000 points.
Yeah, so that means Osu is going to need a 1,000 point bonus if they want to even this thing up on Chapter 3 with 2 chapters to go. Man, I just don't know now. They got to make a play like they're running out of time.
It's mathematically possible, of course. There's like over 2,000 points in total here to play with. But does it actually happen on this chapter? Typically not. There's just so much that they have to avoid, so many hazards up ahead. Going to be starting off with the safe room to begin their foray into danger. Hunter, Jockey, Charger with the spit, and Bocchi has got a lot of work to do. Going to have to avoid this first hit to start him off.
Yeah, is down there. Looks like he's going to play it, trying to avoid spit damage. Jumps up on the railing. Nick is going to shortly follow. The other two survivors remain in the safe room. It's all going to be up to a question mark on what they're going to choose to do here. And they're going to rocket that Charger in. The Charger is going to miss. The Hunter lands. The Spit misses. And that's going to be a great take from Bocchi. No, good job on them in the positive 4.6% bonus right now.
Yeah, they only took 0.6%. Beautiful movement by Ellis. Yeah. Able to avoid the charge, and they avoided pretty much any damage to speak of. Still going to have the Spitter alive. We'll see what he opts for. Going to have a Smoker Hunter and a Boomer to help him out. Spit does just come out onto the stairwell. Manages to find some damage.
It's actually a lot for free spit damage. That's almost 2.1%. The Boomer's going to go in, get scratches. Proxy's on himself. Smoker tries to get the pull out the window. Hunter going to get some M2s here. Gets yeah once, and that'll be it. And that'll be a 2 attacks now, and they're almost the same as what question mark took after 1 attack.
Yeah, they managed to scrap together some more damage.
Did you see that?
Not quite. He tried it.
He tried to jump off the roof and strafe around the corner and missed the jump onto the big rig and just fell to his demise and got melted down.
A little bit awkward. It happens.
I love you, Pepinas. Thank you, my friend. I am terrible at fixing the score, but chat is always helpful. Thank you so much. Interesting. They're just going to push into this. Oh, no. What do you think?
We'll see. Smoker's just going to hop out and pull. Brings them to some CIs. They deal with it pretty quick. Still got a Spitter and a Jockey. And Snipe going to have the Hunter. Okay. Do we see any kind of stairwell? No. Just going to press through. Hunter's ready there. Finds one in the Spit. Jockey? No.
I'm not one to point fingers there, but I think Liu made a little bit of a mistake there. I think when the attack is up, probably don't want to be leading with an Uzi. And for some reason, the Hunter ignored the Uzi and pounded the shotgun guy anyway. So I mean, for all in all, everybody did what they weren't supposed to do there, and it just kind of worked out.
Right.
I mean, that's just not the way it should be played. He ignores the Uzi player, gets the shotgun. Hey, he's making a statement now. He said, I got this. It doesn't matter who it is.
He is. Making the start of a statement. We'll see if the rest of Bocchi can finish it here with the tank coming in soon. They're still over 90%, so they're looking decent for sure. They have let some damage sneak through, but for the most part, Bocchi has been able to mop it up. And gonna have a Smoker Charger Boomer Hunter, not gonna have the Spit delay. Okay, the hit is in. Hunter overlapping, and the alarm car gets blown out as well. Survivors take it back, gonna have plenty of time.
Yeah, that's a lot of commons now. I wouldn't be surprised if Zenzinix just sends it in. I don't think you should even waste the time with this dumpster after this hit. Yeah, just leave it. Because you want these common infected to help you. And this is going to force Bocchi to kind of have to stay in a scenario where they don't want to be where they want to be. If they go inside, they'll get common locked. And they have no choice but to go inside with a hittable coming. Oh my gosh, no. That was so close.
A little bit too close.
And there's so many zombies yet. He's bringing the dumpster. He almost hit him with the dumpster. Is he? No way he gets that in there. Oh, he gets it inside. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It falls out. He wants it in. It's in.
Wow.
The dumpster's in. Oh, he hits the dumpster onto the Survivor. And this is not looking good for Bocchi. Hunter's going to get a pound separated on the Survivor. They can't get to free it. He's trying to get a grind out. Yeah, gets jocked. There's only one Survivor up. He has the corner. The Charger misses. This is madness. It's going to be a wipe onto Bocchi. And oh my goodness, no. What are we watching?
What are we watching?
As he's going to go. He's going to get the grind if he chooses to. But he wants the wipe, and it's going to be so. And that might be the end for Bocchi in the loser bracket. They might be going home now.
This is almost certainly the end for Bocchi. Of course, by the points, with a Herculean effort, they could bring it back. But Question Mark has just been looking head and shoulders above their competition. I mean, what even was that dumpster? Not only getting it through, but immediately finding an ink cap on a survivor who was set up on top. Could have dropped down, could have had so much potential for movement there, and he gets caught off guard, dumping to the face. Down he goes.
Wow, that was one of the most chaotic tank fights I have casted in a long time. Stuff was just going on everywhere now. I cannot believe he gets the dumpster in. He even wastes a couple of punches to get it through the door.
Yeah.
Yeets it on top of the shelving unit, getting Rochelle down right away. And not only does he do that, but after he decides to come back around for another smack, he sits the dumpster on top of Rochelle's face, on top of the shelving unit. It is just crazy. I cannot believe what a tank coming out for Question Mark.
Yeah, it just felt a bit like a Globetrotters moment. It just putting on a show for the spectators at home and locking on to Bocchi in style. The hunter catching on that target who was just absolutely stranded all the way back there. There just wasn't much that Bocchi could do once that one cap came out. They were just looking completely disconnected and wipes them up with ease. It was not even close. Okay, and with a, what is that, like 1,300 point advantage, going to be walking out of the safe room is Question Mark. Bocchi's going to give him some room to work with. The hit does come in. Nice skeet. Charger has some second thoughts, but that's not going to be good. The Charger, I mean, MK, how often have we seen that Charger come out inside the safe room and find crazy collats? He hesitates, though. He blinks, and Question Mark able again to get pretty damn close to perfect execution outside that safe room. A very scary hit, locked down, mopped up. Question Mark pushes forward.
Yep, they are on. They are out. Right now, let's do a little math. We already know this finale now. We've watched Fear Factory. Play Osu in it. And we know that it ain't no possibility you making up points on the finale. It's only worth 500 distance, and it is so wide open. And the cars only do 24 damage if you get hit by them.
Yeah.
So there is not really a possibility, I would say, unless they bring it close on this chapter, this might be the end. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Tank at 37%? Nah. I don't know. How you feeling right now?
We'll just have to wait and see. Gonna have some hittables to play with, so definitely have some potential for some big flips. They got the tank spawn in exactly where they wanted it for Bocchi. Gonna have that early tank. They need a wipe here. It's definitely doable. Of course, I was gonna say there are lots of shenanigans at the event itself, but hopefully gonna find the wipe before that happens.
Wow. I mean, that Charger had an amazing spawn and landed, but he just got deleted after doing step dead.
Yeah.
They melted him, and this very well may be the final tank of Bocchi's tournament life in the hands of 8712, like you said, making his first appearance. And he needs to pull through for his team, and he needs his team to pull through for him.
A lot riding on the shoulders of 8712, newcomer to Team Bocchi, being added on in the transition to playoffs. And we'll see what he can do, trying to hit the initial car up and over. Will find it. Hunter, Smoker, Jockey for Bocchi. We'll see if they want anything different. I'm sure they'd be pretty damn satisfied with that. Gonna have that Smoker as well as the Jockey. I mean, really all three of them great at facilitating. A car hit. He does get chipped down a decent amount. 300, make it 400. Wow, make it 600. Okay, 8712 is in. He is getting lasered down. The car comes out. Another one. Not quite lined up with the smoke. Is he just going to take that? He's looking in a rough spot. That car is set up right around the tree. Survivors avoid it perfectly, but finding the jockey into the car. Hunter is stranded.
Oh!
Oh, down goes another. He's getting smacked. This could be a wipe. 1,200 health left. He uses the car as a meat shield, heads into the doghouse. 8712. He's trying to survive. 80 health left, 46 health left. Shout out 46. Down he goes.
Down there, let me help you on your feet. Don't worry.
And he will not get the deaths that he needed to get. He will get 2 win caps. But right now, the only thing good for Bocchi is they're going to be able to sack for a quad and probably go for 2 quad attempts during this event before the survivors will be rewarded with anything more than about 50 points now. So it's not out of the reach for them yet, but they need to land the quad before they get on the other side of the train tracks, or I think their tournament life might come to a halt. I don't know how you feel about it as well, but that's how I'm feeling.
I feel exactly the same. I mean, that wipe was looking very close to possible, but question mark shuts it down. NF still with 97 permanent health, 3 sets of pills. Dire straits here for Bocchi.
All right, quad try is going to be incoming here. The Charger look for it. They get the pull forward. They're not going to land it, but they'll get a pound separation, a jock separation, and a pull separation. So the damage will be respectable. But now that the attack is shut down, question mark doesn't need to wait anymore. They're just going to go.
Yeah, I like it.
They're going to play this aggressive and just go with the train cart and not allow them to sit back and just take hits. I mean, I can't disagree with it, but it will allow Bocchi to get pretty easy cappers on them when they're up here now.
Yeah, typically we've seen this happen if teams have like given up at this point. Quite the opposite for question mark, but they are feeling themselves here. Gonna have to avoid any instant kill potential. Of course, if you get ledge hung, that's enough. So we'll see if they can't find anything here. Not gonna have the jockey, just gonna have a 2-2 with the Hunter Charger. They send it in. Charge. I mean, another just instant clear on the charge. They do land the hunt spit, but I mean, we're not really in a hunt spit situation. Maybe for question mark, you're more than happy to just land a hunt spit here and there onto Bocchi. But if we flip the tables here like they already are flipped, Bocchi needs to find a hell of a lot more. They make it over the train tracks and they are pressing forward home free.
Yep, no more death possibilities. The death jock at the end, the death charge at the end. The very rare death pull at the end, which is almost virtually impossible instead of a misplay by the survivors. But they are past it now. They are at map progression of 65%. The spawns are going to get a little diluted until they get back to inside as far as opportunities for damage output. And they got a quad, and this is not the best place to have it. It's almost impossible to land it here, in my opinion.
Yeah, free range here for the survivors. Wide open area. It does still look like the SIs are set up, opting to hit here more than likely. Unless they change their mind, they are all set up, ready to go. Question mark hops up and over. They get all 4 over, set back up together. Immediate clear. The midair ski. Jockey's dead. Nothing. Absolutely nothing at all coming out. And the question mark presses forward. 470 bonus in their hand. And a big W just about locked in for them. Into the road for Bocchi.
Yep, they are... I mean, look at how much they have gathered already. They're now 80% of the way through the map. Actually, I don't even think the bonus matters to question mark now. They're just like, let's get the 700 distance. Let's put the pressure on them, make them have to score something ridiculous. And they have already gotten about 540 of those 600 points or 700 points. As the Boomer does find one, no one else chooses to go as far as SI. Oh man, and I don't know what they're gonna do here now. They might have to just wait for the other spawn at this point.
Yeah, not an ideal situation because if you wait to hit, you might not have time if you keep waiting. They are going to send it right when they drop into the warehouse here. Hunter they do find the hunt spit. Charger goes way wide, getting a smack or two. But a jockey as well, hopping in there, trying to bring in the spit, but still 341 bonus, trying to get that full 700 distance like you said. And going to have a last chance hit for Bocchi, but that's going to be it.
We're gonna need these.
Ooh, and they even find an additional set of pills, which is plus 35 more points. And that'll put even more onto Bocchi's pressure as far as what they need to do. But Man, it is looking grim for Bocchi's tournament life. We think we've said it many times. The Hunter's going to go in the back, grabs the Uzi player. Not a bad play at all. Unfavorable spit spread. What is that? Spit spread? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
Are you the safe room?
Yeah, yeah.
What's that? And they're going to crawl up into the safe room here, and good job on them on holding on to that 40% DV with 3 people bleeding now.
Yeah, they're not completely out of the woods yet. Could have a slapdash hit from Bocchi to finish off the round, but gonna have 3-1 plus spit. Question mark does slow it down. Rochelle hops on the Humvee, and in comes this hit. Okay, everything gets cleaned up. I mean, before I could even start, question mark is locked in on these clears. They're not letting anything through.
Looks like the GGs are coming out. I don't know. It looks like they might not be playing the second side. I think they might know it's over and throwing the white flag up. They congrats the question mark on the win. So that means Bocchi will be falling out. They're going to finish the round, so it's not quite over yet. But for crap and giggles, let's do some math in our head here now to see if it's any possibility. So right now we know it's 700 distance, which is 1,400 points. That's 2,100 points for that alone. Pills are worth 35 a pop. 35 times 4 will give us 140. So we're looking at 2240 as our maximum point output. If they do that, it would be less than a 200-point game. But on a chapter this long, with the event that is lurking about in the middle, almost an impossible feat to overcome.
Yeah, it's spectacularly unlikely. Of course, we could bring in the finale into the equation as well. Maybe Bocchi makes something, unheard of happen in the finale. But they didn't quite call GG. They basically did everything except calling GG. Already saying good luck in your next round. Maybe it's all playing with question mark's head, though. Letting him get a little bit comfortable here. Interesting. We'll see if it plays out. Gonna have a Hunter, Jockey, Charger, and a Spit. They are gonna send in the Jockey. Trying to wallbang him out. He does take a sizable amount. Jockey, Hunter, Charger backs up.
I think that was one of the most fortunate Jockey lands ever for a Survivor team, because as soon as he landed on there, the stumbles threw him right back in the safe room immediately. Back with his teammates. They're going to land one of the most unorthodox charges, but the spit won't be landing because one of the survivors blocked it with a body block. Good job by Nick doing that. But wow, what a match that we have witnessed so far here, and some impressive shows by question mark so far now.
Yeah, they didn't have the best hit there, but they still managed to scrap it together, just shy of 5%. Bocchi is going to be hopping up to this one-way house. We haven't really seen any survivors get stranded here yet on the other side, but we definitely have seen some damage potential. With the spawn still waiting, though, snipe on 1 second. They do actually spawn in the Hunter. Bocchi's going to be hunting that Hunter down. And comes the Jockey, gets dealt with. Charge connecting. The charges are just not getting sidestepped. Spit won't be able to spread into it. But still, like I was saying on question marks round, they are more than happy to lock in, chip here, chip there, especially, maybe a Hunt Spit. They're more than happy with it.
Yep, looks like there's a little banter coming out between each one of the teams. That's one of the longest faces I've ever seen Lion make. Probably yelling that he's pulled again. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you know that meme or not. No, but first of all, wow, that Charger messed up the side of the tire on that Hummer very badly. Not doing any survivors though, but actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute, we are having communication here. Okay, so for those that watched the match earlier between Osu and Ewan, it looks like that game is going to continue in 2 hours from now.
Ooh.
And it's going to start on Chapter 3 of the away game for Ewan. They're going to be on their away game with a pretty commanding lead, but they have worked it out. That's when it's going to be. But I can guarantee you that me and Nall are definitely not going to sit here for 2 hours till that game goes into action. We'll come back a little later when it gets close to that. But for now, let's finish this one up. Snipe bringing his tank in for his team. He's gonna dig out that hatchback from the side. Ooh! Ooh, that had a chance. That was a good rollout over towards Nick. He's gonna have to relocate away from the hatchback. There goes the early pull. He decides to not go for it. He's now chasing Rochelle. Nick gets himself cornered, and it looks like that's gonna be his end cap.
This is not good. This is not good. Down goes 8712. Nice hunter ski.
Ooh. No grind. Oh, that was close there, no. Almost. They're gonna survive. Let's see what the let's see what the bonus is on the pickup and just talk for a little fun here. Now let's just say they made it in with his 1100 bonus. That means they'd be down about 580. And we know what this finale is, Nall. It is doable on a normal map, but I don't think it would be even worth a try. Because it's only 500 distance, and we know there's no hitables except for the cars that only do 24 damage.
I mean, look, MK. If Bocchi is out, they are no. If they get a loss here, they are no longer in RBT7. I want to see them pull out all the stops. But we've got a conversation here because that's only if they find all that bonus and actually bring it within 500 or so points. Other than that, it's completely out of the realm of possibility. The smoke blow! Oh, and he's gonna be hanging to start off the engagement. Jockey hopping through Spit. They've got to cancel that pickup. Oh my.
Yeah, they're going to get some good hanging damage here, but they're not going to be able to delay the pickup. Smoker might try to ledge hang him. He misses. Look at his spawn. That's a great Smoker spawn.
I love it.
Hiding there right behind the rock. Finally gets killed off. Bocchi is deciding to back off for whatever reason. I do not agree with this now. I don't know why they are going back. They should be pushing forward. This event is almost over. And it looks like they're double backing now.
They're listening in. But also, what a hit that was out question mark. Brings them under 1,000. That hit alone was worth like 150, 200. Just making it look clean and simple out of question mark. They struggled to get the ball rolling on this chapter. But they are picking up speed here. Got the 3+1 boom coming in. Charge will go wide. Hunter gets cleaned up. Jockey. And double boom, just a brief jockey connection. That's going to be it.
Yes, Papinas, this is confirmed 2 hours from now. Everybody knows that is now in the audience that we'll have another, well, we'll redo the game that we were doing earlier. We're not going to have a fourth cast, but we'll have a third and a half. I guess if you want to count it that way, no, we'll just call it third and a half.
I mean, it took an hour to get through those 2 chapters. I think we'll call it a match and a half. Also, you might have thought that Ipke misspoke, but he did not. Hoker, well, hold on for this hit. The Hunter connects into the Spit with the charge. Gets cleared up mid-path. Okay, Smoker pulls back into the Spit. A lot more damage coming out. But as I was saying, with that other match, you win versus Osu. You did hear that correctly. You win with a pretty sizable lead on their away server.
Yeah, and when you say pretty sizable, we mean almost 1,000 points, which is
after 2 chapters,
which is insane right now. So they are in the driver's seat for sure, but they need to finish the course in order to win the race. They'll have a little bit of opportunity later, but for now, we're going to see the Hunter get skeeted. The Chargers split the survivors. Jockey gets bullied and killed. And now that will allow them to keep pushing forward. Boomer dies off at the end. Tri-cap with Spit incoming. And Bocchi doing a good job of holding on to a lot of the bonus now, but they've already lost 50%, and they needed all of it just to be within about 200 on the finale. And if they make it in now, that is about 1,000 points down on the finale, and that is just not enough.
Reloading.
Uh-oh. Are we crashing?
you're back. You're back.
Was it just me? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I had a big lag spike there. For
yeah, I heard it. I was like, oh god.
And yes, losing on away is pretty much GG. Wouldn't you agree, no?
Yeah. They still got 2 chapters to bring it back, but they're gonna need home runs on both those chapters for sure. That being said, something we did talk about quite a bit was that the home away pings for the away team at least is not too horrible. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Reloading.
But yeah, one thing that I really like out of Question Mark is these hits aren't necessarily landing except for a couple, but they are getting those scratches in and just chipping down Bocchi, which is exactly what they need to do. They just don't need full misses. The smoke comes out, Charger drops down, finds an isolation, gonna go wide. These charges have been going wide time after time. They did find that one charge at the one-way house, but that's going to be about it. And still about 800 bonus. They find a set of pills, brings them over 800. Question Mark can be pressing forward. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they're getting out into the open. This will be it. This is probably the final hit for this tournament match and for Bocchi's tournament life. Nonetheless, they're going to fall down into a 5th place finish for RBT7, and that is very respectable in my opinion now because, man, did they make an up-and-coming push for themselves to be shown in the competitive community the last couple of months here, making playoffs in RBT a deep run all the way to 5th place.
So true. I mean, even Amigami wasn't able to find a top 8, but Bocchi did. And not just that, it wasn't like, oh, Bocchi made it to top 8, and then they lose their first match, and then they lose their losers bracket match. They knocked out Fear Factory.
Yes, they did. That is a true statement.
Safe house, this way.
So they didn't go down with nothing to show for it. They will get dry-capped here, lose a lot. Actually, they didn't lose hardly any bonus, believe it or not, somehow. The Charger goes late now, somehow gets damaged, and then that will be it. And that will be Question Mark getting the victory over Bocchi
Close the door.
with a final score.
Oh,
Wait, fine.
now on the same page.
Oh, they call finale.
Okay, go finale. Ooh.
Okay.
They're down less than 1,000. Sorry, one of us want to go final. Come on, throwing his team under the bus. You're throwing Liu under the bus. Is that, oh, well, we got one dumb guy who wants to go to the finale. The rest of us recognize that this is locked up. But it's technically, as far as the points go, it's actually not locked up, MK.
No, it's not mathematically impossible. It's just the layout of the map is not favorable for the SI at all. It's very short. It's actually 600 distance, not 500 distance, so that's actually a little bit more than I expected. But if we start flying through the map, just look at how wide open everything is. It's just everything is wide out. So difficult for the SI to do anything, but here they go. They're going to send it. They're going to get the pound spit. No, they're not. The spitter. Wait, what?
Yeah, Spit trying to get that hop spit onto the target, but lands with the safe room. And not going to be the best start by Bocchi's SI side, but they do find a couple percentage points. And I'm not going to lie, MK, I'm kind of with Liu. I mean, I know, like, yeah, it's probably over, but you're fighting for your life here. At least take it all the way. So that when you look back on this, you can say we did every single thing we possibly could.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing here. They're going to try to send this in. It's going to be a quad try. There are so many commons there. They actually had a chance to land that and all, but they just didn't get it in there quick enough. That was that actually had a chance.
That was a very scary. We are going to have the tank brought in shortly by Yeah. Keep in mind, these cars, there's going to be so many cars, but they're not in-capping cars, just worth 24 damage.
Yep, and this will be the final tank of the game for Bocchi into the hands of Yeah. I don't know if Yeah is aware that all of these cars aren't really going to do anything unless you hit more than one person at a time. It's not going to really mean much. Just doing 24 damage just means you also can't grind anybody either, nah. It'll only do 24 damage per hit on an in-cap survivor as well. Goes both ways.
And that's what was so important about that quad almost landing. They're going to have potential for another one at kind of the bridge area, I believe. They could try to send it there. But we're not quite there yet. For now, we're focused on Ye's tank. He's been chipped down just a bit. Nothing too major. 7 points of health, which every point matters. But let's be real. A little bit more coming out. He continues to hit these cars into play. Okay, trying to get him up and over.
I mean, he's punching all the cars, but they're not going anywhere.
Whoa!
I'm pretty sure that or Question Mark is aware that they won't get in-capped if they get hit by these.
Yes.
They have to be aware of it. This is a lot of pre-chip. It's almost 1,000 now.
Okay, one car does get in. Another not quite on the rim there. And in comes the hit. Whoa! Nice hit to start off this engagement. Yeah, going for a rock. The rock will get skeeted. Charge Hunt as well. Hunt ripping away. They do almost get knocked below 1,000 bonus, but the tank is being approached. He's still got 4,500 health left, though. Waiting for the spawns. He's second pass, 70% frustration. We could definitely see a recommit. And here he comes. Got pretty much just one car to play with. Make it two. Make it two. Does he go to dig out this other one? Okay, he decides against it. He doesn't have enough frustration to really make that work. As he volleys, two more in. Last chance for this thing. He's on 4,500 health left, and these survivors are backed into a corner of sorts. Okay, the car is up and over. Not quite going to land. Jockey from behind. Ooh, trying to land some more 24 damage cars. Eventually going to go for the commit. Missing his first two hits. Finally finding a hit for Ellis. Down goes all of his health. 1,400 health left. Car goes wide. Gonna be aiming for another one. Nope. Yeah, less than 1,000 health left. Goes for a rock. And he is going to make his final commit. Not able to find a final smack before he goes down. Just under 1,000 bonus left for question mark. And unless a quad can come out, they have done exactly what they need to do. Even if a quad comes out at this point, they're able to lock in a good amount of distance still.
Yeah, all they have to do is hit 1,600 point delta to get the W. The Charger was impressive there, but missed the B-hop. Mortar Spit goes out for a block, but the survivors choose to jump over the bus, then they could avoid it easily and just hold W. And without a quad incoming here, I think this might be officially in the books for question mark at this point. I don't see the possibility at this point.
Yeah.
They don't even have a quad. They got a sack boomer, and now they got to wait for their spawn for the quad try, and then it should be rescue vehicle after that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Unfortunately, not gonna have that bridge area to hit. Got a couple different nice spawns in there. They are going to continue to press through. Can spawn around some cars, around some buses. But it's going to be tough to make this hit. Hunter spawns in, got the quad out of Bocchi. We'll see what they can do. Going for the early chip, locks it into the Hunter, 189 HP. Jockey hopping around on the sidelines. Question mark wide open here. They spread it out. Smoker, Charger has to hop up and over, not going to connect. And that is going to be the dreams of Bocchi dashed with that hit, certainly MK.
Yep, they gave it all they had. They gave it a shot on the finale. I respect them for it. Great tournament run for Bocchi. Shout out to everybody. Liu, Mui, who we called Moi for half of the tournament.
Moi.
8-7-1-2. Yeah. Impressive run for them, and we will definitely not see the end of them now. We've just seen the beginning of Bocchi.
Oh, yeah. Bocchi has seriously stepped it up for RBT 7. They are not necessarily a stranger to the international stage, but this is their first really crazy showing, knocking out Fear Factory, making it decently far through the playoffs, which is no small feat. Nice little charge hop into the spit, well done, but the spit, okay, down goes Snipe.
Okay, technically they can still wipe them before they get in there, and they'll have whatever the pills are worth as a damage cushion, but I doubt 100 can wipe 3 survivors. Oh, wait a minute! Oh, what a 2 cap!
Let's go!
Oh, they get the clear. What a last drive attempt coming out from them. Good try, Bocchi.
It's very reminiscent of Monty Python, the kind of knight who he just keeps getting his limbs chopped off, and he's like, I'm still in this.
Just wait for the little rabbit to come out and kill everybody. But all right, question mark puts up 5,206 points for 5 maps, averaging 1,000 and about 40 per chapter. Actually, 1,041 to be 1,041.2 to be exact. There we go. I got it to the exact decimal.
Nice. We got Fig. It's only a flesh wound. Yeah, definitely.
All right, big spit block coming out. They're going to have to wait a few seconds to come out. But Bocchi's going to try to end this in action, see if they can put up 4K. As I fix the scores without having to be told for the first time this match.
Nice.
Let's go. Oh, we got a hunter in the sky. Ooh. I love it. I love it. I know it. Considering the game is at where it's at, I think I'm going to spectate the hunter.
Do it. He did fall down, but
come on, Hunter.
Come on.
Come on, Hunter. Come on, NF. Aw, he despawned. Aw, NF.
Question mark just showing off at this point.
I'm disappointed, NF, if you watch this remake. If you're watching this VOD, I'm disappointed. I expect more. But alright, they do transition forward. The quad looks like it's trying to chase from an odd angle. They were in that little Kubi hole area where question mark took a bit of damage. Actually, what a ski coming out there. The charger misses. Jockey's getting some scratches. Jock's the target. And that will be a quad thwarted by Bocchi. Pushing forward to get the final tank up. What a newsy ski from 7 shots.
Yes. Well done to start off that engagement. Tank is going to be brought in soon. Going to be in the hands of Zinzinix. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, that hunter from NF had a chance to make Yeezus and Welty proud, and he was unable to do so. He still has a chance. There's still a little bit more time. Let's see if he can do so. Well, Zinzinix brings in all these toys and all. I mean, there's not many maps where you can just smack cars everywhere, so might as well do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, having some fun, getting some practice for hittable control in. Not that they need... Oh my god, nice little skip there on the car. Oh, another close one.
Zenix, look at how well he's punching them into play. All of them flying out there now.
Yeah, beautiful control.
But this is going to be his tank that ends it. If he can wipe them out in fashion, or will Bocchi be able to survive and put up a few more points? Oh, he clips them with it. He loses 24 for it. Hunter's trying to find something. He hits him with the hunter. Oh, the smoker, the charger. Now the tank's alone, and he should probably hide behind some of these hittables before his commit.
Yeah, the hittables, again, so close. That was just centimeters away from, you know, another 48 damage coming out with those consecutive cars, just barely missing. But, you know, Bocchi still with a very respectable health total. 1,200 bonus left on the board, 600 distance. Tank going to be engaging here shortly. Cars up and over.
Wow, look at him bring him into play. I think he just lost his first car. Look at him. He's got 4 of them in play right now. He's going to be able to corral them with these cars. He has 4 on the right side. One's over the fence, which he won't get. He has lost about 2,000 HP. Looks like he's waiting for snipe. He's going to start punching that one car in. He's going to have that on the left side of the fence, or the little tent there. Looks like one car is going to be by the safe room area. He punches this one to the left. Whoa, almost clipped coach. The hunter gets killed off. He is now bringing these around from the other side. He's going to have to double back to try to get a corner. Smoker tries for a pull, misses. Gets his second punch on the Nick. There's his in cap.
Nice.
Goes for a rock. Smoker gets hunted down. The Smoker's still alive somehow. Oh, he hits him with the car. He hits him with a car too. I don't even know if that's 24 damage. That might be less than 24 damage because he hit him
just
like
a little tickle, honestly.
I think he hit Coach 3 times with the car, and that's how much health he has.
Thank you.
Okay, so I mean, question mark has done all they needed to do. 1,200 turns into 860 or 846 post tank. They're gonna be trying to send in another one. Charger spawns in from below the porter potty, hops over, quick clears. Bocchi continues to hop their way through.
Yes, they are. They're coming up on only 60% of the map left. Wide open areas are ensuing them, so it's going to be difficult for the SI to do much. Hunter's going to probably just wait for his team. I was hoping he would try to get in the sky so we can spectate him, but that's an NF thing. That is not a Zenix thing. I know NF is pretty decent with the Hunters as well as Yeezus CL and none other than Welty himself. Longtime player from EU. Played with Ascendant, Skyrise, Nikovit, and many other squads over the years.
Oh yeah.
And look how cautiously Bocchi is taking this now.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Trying to get as many points as they possibly can. Quad set up on the other, right around the corner here. Hunter down below, making use of that bridge cover.
I'm reloading.
Hey, I'm reloading.
Charge set up behind. Okay, he's gonna hop through. I know Question Mark wants to find this quad. They just want to lock it in complete dominating fashion. Nice little high jump from that CI.
Yeah, we saw some incredible plays from some CIs over this course of this tournament match. The sky jump into the back punch on Hydro when he was
That
pushing
was
him through
nasty.
Swamp. And you could tell
I love
Hydro
it.
was like, what the hell? Where did he come from? And you wouldn't believe it if we didn't show it to you. But man, are they holding on to this quad? They're going to try to pull one down. The Charger misses the climb up. Quad thwarted. 2-cap in the back. Cleared pretty quickly. 2-2 coming without the smoker and the jockey.
They still find the damage though. They definitely do. Not going to be, of course, not going to be the quad, but still getting, you know, in dominating fashion exactly what they needed to at this point in the match. Gonna have that 2-2 coming out shortly. We'll see if Question Mark can't make it happen. Yeah, pressing forward, getting smacked by Commons left, right, and center. Hunter connecting into the spit as we charge. Oh!
That was beautifully timed Charger there to get the
yeah.
stumble in the spit. For a lot of people that don't realize what he's done there, if you actually time your Charger and you're in the Survivor when they're getting up, it will just cause them to stumble right when they get up, and in that scenario, it's exactly what they wanted. And I thought that was a one-frame trick. It is not, no. It's actually about 16 frames to pull that off.
Okay.
Not terribly difficult, but still not easy
I mean,
either.
we're working with the high pings as well. I mean, talking about textbook plays, this is more of a footnote. Question Mark has read the entire manual here, bringing every trick in the book into play. Bocchi gets triple boom. They set off the car alarm. They're going to have CIs wrapping around them in true zombie thriller fashion as they approach the helicopter.
And that will be safe room made. GG's. Question Mark gets the victory over Bocchi, the Left 4 Dead 2. 5,204 to a respectable showing from Bocchi, 41-51. GG.
Yeah.